victories and make a name for himself in this division. At this time, we're going to bring in our first guest of the evening, Ray Beltran, about ready to take on Hammer and Hank Lundy in 2 weeks' time on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. Ray, thanks a lot for coming on the show tonight. Heading into your fight against Hank Lundy on July 27th, on paper, Lundy's the favorite. He has a cleaner record, and he's had more exposure to American audiences than you have. However, you have plenty more fights, and you've been fighting for a lot longer at 30 years of age. Do you think that experience is going to play a key role in the fight?
Well, I think it's not about experience, about talent, I think. Yeah, I mean, experience also. I've been training with the best and always fighting anybody, so I think I'm ready for that fight.
You know, Lundy's calling out Adrian Broner all the time, and it almost seems like he's looking past you.
Those things, I don't even pay attention to it, you know. Well, a lot of people might be a surprise, not to me. But, I mean, it might be taking me life, it can be a mistake for him, you know what I mean? To take step by step,
right.
But, well, he's the kind of guy he is, so, you know, whatever.
Now, Lundy has established himself as a master of the pre-fight hype and the trash talking and all that stuff. How much of what he says do you actually pay attention to? Do you let it just go in one ear and out the other? Or do you listen and, if for no other reason, just listen just to get that extra motivation for beating him come July 27th?
Well, you know what? It's another typical big mouth guy, not the first one. You know how Mexicans do. We talk in the ring, and he can talk and say whatever he wants anyways, but what really counts, what we do in the ring.
Ray, you've been like the main sparring partner basically for Manny Pacquiao for well over like 5 years, I think maybe even more than that. Do you feel that training with Freddie Roach and sparring with Manny has made you a more complete and better fighter?
Definitely. I mean, it makes me put me another level, I think. Fighting with the best, sparring with the best, you're not getting nothing out of that, but or you get hurt and get messed up, or you get better. So I think I've been getting better.
You hail from Los Mochis, Mexico, and you currently reside in Arizona. But the fight next Friday night is in Atlantic City. Does fighting so far away from home carry any sort of disadvantage?
Well, you know what? My whole career, since I wasn't amateur, I've been the underdog. You know what I mean? I know it's disadvantage in the way of the politics. The fight goes decision. I mean, it won't go on my side, no matter what happens. They won't let that run go just that easy. I think I have to knock him out to be able to win that fight. Yeah.
Now, within the past year, you've fought the undefeated Sharif Bogheri, the undefeated Luis Ramos Jr. Hank Lundy isn't undefeated, but given that he's the #1 contender in the world and he's the current NABF lightweight title holder, do you think that he's the best fighter you've faced so far?
You know what? Yeah, I believe so. I also believe he's a real better, more solid fighter than those guys. You know what I mean? He really is a true fighter. You know, he fight better guys, and he can get knocked down and he come back and win. You know what I mean? I think the most important fight of my career and the hardest fight of my career.
Why do you think that you're going to be different than any of these other opponents that Hank Lundy has faced? What gives you the advantage, and why do you believe that you can beat him?
I believe in my talent, you know what I mean? I can adjust to any kind of fighters too. So I think it might be all those guys, but, you know, I'm Ray Beltran, you know, and every style of my fight. And I'm going to be fighting his game. I'm going to try to do my own game, you know what I mean? Make adjustments for my last experience in my last fight. And I think I got power punch too. I got technique. I'm not just a easy opponent. And I can fight in any situation. I can box. I can fight inside. You know.
Yeah. Do you think that a lot is going to be because of your power? Because we've seen lately with Lundy's kind of. I don't want to say he has a weak chin, but we've seen that he does go down. He's been down a few times. Do you think that's going to be the big factor for you? Is your power?
I mean, that's what we think also. You know, we really have a really good chin. So I think a puncher can win at any round, you know. It don't matter. It can win from the first to the last round. I think I have enough power. I might not be a big puncher, but I got enough punch to hurt anybody. And I don't think he really have a hard chin. I'm going to be concentrating on technique and be smart in the fight. And once I land one of my shots, you gotta make some damage. You know what I mean?
Now, how does training with somebody like Manny prepare you for a fight like coming up against Hank Lundy, or does it not really help in any one distinct way when it comes to you preparing for a fight?
When I fought with Manny, I can feel like difference right away. It put me another level because Manny pushed me to the limit. You know, like with Manny, you can even relax in not even a second. Even if you're not throwing punches, you're always working. So you can feel the difference once you spot somebody else. Even your timing gets better. You get better in everything. You know, you feel very strong. You push another level, man.
All right. Be sure, fans, you're going to want to catch that Friday, July 27th at the Resorts Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey, promoted by Jimmy Birchfield's Classic Entertainment and Sports. Ray, good luck against Hank Lundy. Thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you, man, and thank you, and see you guys over there at 27, and God bless, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Raimundo Beltran fighting against Hank Lundy in 2 weeks' time. That should be a pretty entertaining fight, especially if you believe all the hype that Hank Lundy is saying. To me, I always enjoy watching Lundy fight. He always comes to fight. He tends to be pretty entertaining, and I think that this fight is going to be one of the better fights of the season so far, and a season of Friday night fights that's really been lacking.
The Boxing Fix.
Gentlemen, keep your guards up at all times. When I say break, take a step back without punching. Take a knockdown. Give me a good, clean fight. Good luck to both of you.
The Boxing Fix. For the boxing addicts who are itching